Alright, well, it's back to doing this. The date will say a day later, but it's actually later the same day, so I'm doing the normal thing after a disaster, which is to come back to the scene of the disaster to see if we can have more disaster. I'm not sure how long matching is going to take, but for those who don't like watching the queue blink, I put game times down in the video description. So if you want to skip over that stuff, well, you can do that. A lot of people trying to match. Okay. That's we'll go down a level. High stakes. Get like nothing if you win, and lots of stuff if you lose. Lots of stuff if you lose. This game. This game actually looks a lot like a rebuild. For a change. What are your alternatives? Alternative is like apothecary, an embassy. Doesn't sound so hot. That's a 2. That's good news. That's a 4. Let's see. Why would you do a silver? I don't see much reason to do a silver. I think I'm going to start Fortune Teller Dungeon, and we are going to play pretty heavy rebuild. So. Do that in the hopes that he takes it over a dungeon. Opponent does. They do. I really do not feel good about playing rebuild, but it's what we're going to do. So, this should be a rebuild. And a second rebuild. Now we're going to have to do some actual play. We skip over a rebuild. That's lovely. Skip over a rebuild there as well, which is good. Whether I like experiments more or dungeon more. I think I like experiments more. At this point, we take duchy. Like 2 rebuilds and a rebuild mirror, so you start buying up duchies. Very nice and formulaic here. Buys a state. That's more like it. Goes to duchy, and the last estate goes to duchy, and we will buy experiments. cut those guys off. I should get this back to... Okay, so he has an extra estate. That's... Where did he get the extra? Oh, he went duchy to province. Okay. Let's see. So reach at 4 duchies. Or... He's at 3 duchies and a state and a province. I'm at 4 duchies. Which, as much as I appreciate not having the estate in my deck, is a potential problem speed-wise. Just gonna not get there on points. We'll see. Continues to buy estate. It's actually good to see we got through a lot of that shuffle. This could be replacement experiments, or I could start worrying about estates. Let's do a set of experiments. And hope that his rebuilds fail. Bit of a problem is that I only have 6 more points in this deck. If I don't start buying estates, that's going to happen. So I will need estates, and I am going to need to find rebuilds. Estate. This rebuild can't find... I do have a dungeon out. Alright, so if he doesn't find a rebuild, I expect... No, I can't. Yeah, well, I win if he doesn't find a rebuild. That he's not immediately playing one means probably good things. I guess I don't win. I could hit an estate with that guy. Yeah. In fact, I will hit an estate with that guy. Unless I find it with the dungeon. Okay. So we're going to have 2 shots to win. First, this is going to hit estate. Second, do we hit duchy? Nope. So that is almost certainly going to lose. Great. Yep. Oh well. 50-50. Apparently not. Try again, because that's what we keep doing when we're losing. He's back in queue. Alright, let's match him again. Okay, this is going to end up being heavy on giants, it looks like. And king giants, that's fairly destructive. Getting there looks like being quick to recruiter. These were estates you would accomplish that with shepherd silver, but they're not. Or we could just have a 5, that would be real helpful. And estate's certainly better than hovel. I guess on a 3-4 it would probably be silver. Shepherd's going to be too hard to make work. And none of the other things really do you much in the way of hitting 5. Dismantle does it eventually, but not immediately. What's going on over there? I wonder what you have to be staring at in your hand to not make a buy this soon. We're steering at 4 coppers. Got it. It really sucked to have to hit pasture, but we'd do it for a copper. I mean, we're going to get rid of it eventually, aren't we? It's not really a thing to say sucks. Yeah. It's going to be that and another recruiter. Next 5 after this is probably giant. Takes the giant early, but it's not trashing, so... So this one will be giant. We'll get some amount of spike off the giant second play. That'll be King's Court, but for now, we're probably looking at a potential 5 being another giant. Or more. If we're going to find another recruiter, we actually want the necropolis to be in hand, so let's not play it. Okay. It's down a villager, that doesn't really matter. Of these, workers' village is probably our most useful right now. I could think about dismantle also, to start getting golds into the deck. But I don't really want the golds other than for dismantle gains, and ideally we'll be producing enough money with King's Court and Giant that we don't really need to worry about those. Acropolis, Giant, and King's Court can go on top. Hopefully to King of Giant. But I guess it's going to be to King Nothing because we're gonna bottom deck 4 action cards. That's awesome. Wow. Jeez. Oh, man. Cruel world, apparently. Hope that he doesn't get to King of Giant. No, he's not going to King of Giant this turn. We will, though. And this could either be... Well, it's just got to be King's Court, right? Preferably on top. And preferably not with a Giant down there to get trashed, because that's probably what's going to happen, because... That's how the day's gone. Easy for now. This is either hitting 14 or less. I think we're actually fine with less. It's just going to be a King's Court Giant. Just try to make the opposing deck completely non-functional. Would be the idea. It's King's Court on Recruiter. It's at least not terribly destructive. I cannot do though. Alright, King to Giant. That's nice. Not at all. Okay, good. We do draw the Workers' Village. This is probably just going to have to be Giant Silver. I don't know if it's worth putting the silver in there, but I'm feeling a little bit low on cards, so I have 3 King's Courts, so this is fine. Okay. More King's Court, more Giant. I don't think piles are too much of a concern on that end yet. Those were being my famous last words earlier, but... I would like to make sure to draw. So... I'll do like Border Village, Workers' Village. Workers' Village. Yuck. We're going to end up recruiting the silver. Okay. Looking at piles again. Curse is low. Fairly large point lead, but can get a lot of money out of it, so I need to be a little careful. Definitely want one of those on top, maybe 2. What's this next game? This next game features Swindler, because that's the card of the day. This features Swindler because the game hates me. I guess this starts either Silk Merchant Swindler or Silk Merchant Quarry. So I guess we start with Silk Merchant and figure it out from there. Probably Quarry. We can save to collide the two if needed. And that gets us going, so yeah. Does Swindler. Swindler hits copper, that's fine. Something we should probably think about adding is a watchtower. That is a semi-defense against Swindler. Except minion will disrupt it, because it can. Probably should have actually done it a little bit differently there. Save the Quarry over to mess with the Silk Merchant. Find the Quarry. Well, I guess add stuff that we know we'll need eventually. Saving over here does not seem terribly worthwhile. Here, though, I think it... No, he has a minion coming. Hard to say. Good mission, that doesn't do much of anything. This minion is going to be really annoying, because we'd really like to not be playing with them, but they're kind of their own best defense. So... Swindler goes to silver. All fine. I'd like a Swindler back. I'd really like this hand to not get minioned, even though it is. Ugh. Okay, it doesn't. Thank goodness for that. Okay, if we save over the Silk Merchant, what can we do? So we want to start adding throne rooms. More Swindlers, maybe. Like Watchtower or Swindler. Watchtower Native Village. Try that. Discard. Cool. Native Village gets to be in a state, which is actually a nothing. I want to play with some minion. Swindler gets set aside. The reason that is annoying is because we want to pick it back up. But we're going to need a replacement Native Village, and I guess we might start on minion. said earlier I didn't really want any, but they're fine. You end up with a bad hand. State gets to go to a state and get trashed. Okay. Stop there. Save over the watchtower and 2 native villages. Seeing both watchtowers is bad. But this seems sort of unlikely to get attacked. At least in that way. It's the minion way. Could just lose all the native villages. That would be astounding. Save over here, minions, throne room. I just prevented myself from doing. Throne room, silk merchant. I'd like to go into each hand with a villager. No Swindler defense. Bad. I guess we don't get to see one. Watchtower set aside. Watchtower set aside is annoying, to say the least. Discard it. Ugh. Minion gets turned into a duchy, because duchy is exactly what I wanted. You're giving me a mine over a duchy? Are you nuts? Swindler gets to turn into silver. Actually, probably should turn into a 3rd watchtower. What? No. You saw what it trashed. You don't get to do that. Like, if you have a native village in hand, okay, but if you're trying to play a minion, no. It's just weird. Probably going to deny that now, so I won't even bother. Because you think you were wrong for something that was, like, blatantly not okay. You don't just say number of actions, say, like, I want to play a native village. I guess I need to discard this. This can be minion throne room. That seems fine. An annoying amount of stuff on the native village map that would be really helpful to have not on the native village map. I guess I don't get to do it. I don't really want the full turn out of this hand. Out of the mission turn. This sucks to see on the mission turn, but I don't know that I had much in the way of options, or on the regular turn in case it gets discarded. But it's worse to see in the other case. Isn't Swindler just lovely? Isn't Swindler just lovely? The cards I need are right here. Cards I don't need are right here. There's not really anything I can do about it. And I think I've had most of my native villages go into the trash. Trash. Silk Merchant. That's actually really convenient right now. Unfortunately, he's having another good turn, which is really inconvenient right now. Because I need him to start having bad turns or I'm losing. Oh, good. Way to have a watchtower in hand. I have a native village and watchtower in there, which means this is getting minioned. I mean, it doesn't mean it's getting minioned. It was getting minioned regardless. It just means that I don't get to do that. Mission for some reason. So go up into a gold. I guess I'll mission. I don't know what the point is. I'm lost in it. I'm just getting completely demolished by Swindler. Which is awesome. I need those cards, but I really didn't need them now. I need that card, but I really didn't need it now. I don't know how I win this. I'm pretty sure I don't win this. And at this point it's getting kind of annoying, so I think I'll just resign here. And hopefully not match with him again. I should have had him. Who's next? Same person. There's a bit of a problem on this board, like there's no buy. Smugglers is the extra gains, which means we're going to have to play with it. The early goal is to get to Recruiter. The temptation is to open like Conspirator Silver to do. I don't have the 3 sitting right here, so. Conspirator Warehouse, actually. Okay, you do have the 3, so that's great. Just awesome. Oh, you did that for a 2. That's really strange, given that there's no attacks. This recruiter's gonna miss estates. I think. Yeah, Star Chart will prevent that. Probably what we want to end up doing. It's got to be Star Chart or Smugglers. It'll have to be Star Chart. I would like Smugglers probably now. Hope to get something good out of it. Recruiter. State. I could take another Smugglers here. I could take Ports. Those are pretty pointless for him to gain with the Smugglers. I could take another. I could take a Necromancer. Let's do Ports. And Recruiter on top. Let's see what we get. This should be something economic. Journeyman, that's not economic, but fine. Do another Smugglers. Lots of actions around. Recruit them later, as need be. He likes a journeyman. How are you producing money? Okay. Port. We'll put journeyman on top. Copper. guess we're gonna gain 2 journeymen, because that's what's ordered up. And some more ports to go with them. We're pretty well functional at this point. We're kind of waiting for economy. Which we're hoping is going to come from that side, because as long as I'm not providing it, you can't get any without buying it. And then I'll take 2 of them and be happy to do so. Okay. I need money. I guess you can mason it into a gold. Sure. Works for me. Okay, that's how I'm going to get money. So this turn is gain 2 golds and buy province. Fine. Doesn't matter. And we would like journeyman on top. He has an extra gain in necromancer. That could be a problem. Actually, that's going to be a pretty serious problem. Which means I almost have to stop smuggling. Just because he can do the controlled gain with necromancer. So we might look at stopping here. He actually didn't gain gold. Interesting. We'd like to keep the smugglers around. Because they are some amount of defense against duchy. And journeyman goes on top. Guess we're just going to have to settle into a tie here. Unless he manages to do something interesting with necromancer. Potentially on the last turn. Is a fairly significant problem. Both can be perfectly consistent, so. So, I need to potentially make a move to add a necromancer in here. I'm fine being odd provinces if I have that, and he can't get an extra useful gain out of it, so I think I buy one this turn. It's a little wacky, but I don't love being on even provinces with him having one either, by any means. Goes down into smugglers. Huh. As the goal here then is double duchy against a single province. Sounds okay. So that means these are naming port. Let's name nothing for now, see if we can draw into port. Okay. Interesting. That wasn't exactly the plan. Let's, I can play this as Journeyman. So, a little oversight. I didn't particularly want to do that, did I? God bless it. I needed to not play it as Journeyman. That was definitely preemptive. Okay, we'll just recruit port. And I think by duchy. So it takes 2 duchies and a province. And then what do I do? I need to take like 3 duchies back. Oh, he's put both his smugglers in the trash. Okay. He provinces here. I can only do as good as province duchy. I can do 2 duchies. This time I can't screw it up. So this will be 2 duchies for me. He takes a province. Ugh. I don't think I can get point parity to where I need it. It was me screwing up on the last turn and not double duchying. Okay, he does not have a smugglers. Oh, he does have a smugglers in the form of necromancer. This name's Port. I want to get right up to the shuffle. Okay. And we're going to Mason. Port. Duchy. Name province. Get to the end of that. Okay. And then we duchy. Okay, journeyman goes on top. So he needs to not smuggle, is what he needs to do. And I have to hope for a dub that can't happen. It's exactly 8 in deck. Well, it's going to be a problem no matter what, I guess. That's what we can tell ourselves. He just takes the province, so again we're going to have to figure out how to duchy here. Double duchy, and hope for the best. Again, looking for a dud that can't happen on that end. Okay, we could just dud out entirely. That's useful. That'll bring the game to a much quicker conclusion, I guess. You just have it. That was fancy. Let's resign on you because you're trying to be fancy. I would really rather not play with you again. Okay. Some beer others alt. Lovely. Something notable here is that we have Canal and Remake, so you can remake into lackeys. Your village long term is lurker lackeys. You can trash lackeys and then regain them. I guess that gets actions up, so do it because there's goons. Lackeys will also draw, and everything else you could ever want. Lackeys remake. Treasury Guardian. A little funky. I would think you'd open Lackeys remake on either split. I guess we'll find out why that's terrible idea shortly. This will be another remake. Two silvers. Not that I love silver, but it seems better than the other options. And I would continue to like to have lackeys. And get up to goons here, maybe. We do. I'm not terribly into drawing into that stuff. Just trash out both two coppers here rather than a state. And I'll buy lackeys. That'll reach canal. Doesn't want it apparently. I'll still just do the same thing as the last turn. You did not shuffle, so we're not worried about guardians yet. This turn we'll start to be worried about guardians, however. Probably play a lot of lackey. Perfect turn would hit like 9, which isn't going to happen, but we can try. So let's go silver, that guy. Go into here. It's only 8. That's fine. So guardian. Maybe another goons. Could look at lurker. Let's try another goons. Goons would attack this turn, which means naturally I'm not going to find either. Nope, I do. Alright. So remake will go to treasury, copper to nothing, plates of goons. I have an actions problem. Yeah. So, as much as I would like canal, I don't know that I can do it. Let's take it anyways. Okay, well, this is a great draw for what I just did. So. Just take 2 lackeys here. We want to like remake lackeys and then lurker them. Why is that a bad thing? Every single time the remakes are in the same hand, that's like what you want though. Like you don't want 2 remakes. Whatever. Okay, we find goons. It's time to start trashing these guys out. I guess we can put it to loan. And remake. And then we want like worker lackeys here. Sure. No guardian now. It's a bit annoying. A lot annoying. But I'm not gonna get punished. Remake's going to treasury. I guess silver can go to remake. We're trying to get more silver out. Sure. Buy lackeys. It's a little sad to see the lurker pass through, but good. I wonder if this even nets actions. The thing I'm trying to do. Another lurker. Did you just buy a lurker? You did just buy a lurker. You know, that makes things a little more complicated. Treasury, and I guess another remake. Yeah. Lurker. Treasury doesn't. I don't think that puts piles in a precarious situation. It sort of does. Just like treasury, maybe another lurker. Haven. Another lurker. Well, you don't have actions, so I don't know if there's too much risk. I might just be completely insane trying to do this remake lurker village thing. I guess we find out. Now you do provide lackeys in the trash for me, so hopefully we get to do that. This is also close to a game end. Yeah, lurker. Okay. Is this a game end? Close. Not quite. Okay. Remake. Lackeys to loan. Game. Lackeys out. Goons. That's pretty close. Guardian. I think I'm gonna take a province. Is that really a risk? How much can you actually score if I do Treasury remake? Well, let's not find out. Okay, so we remake lackeys to loan, lackeys to loan. We gain lackeys out of the trash. This is so stupidly convoluted. Okay, that doesn't do anything. I could just take another guardian. You're not going anywhere. Left the lackeys in the trash. That's disappointing. But I guess it works out. Two provinces. Scary. Regain lackeys. Play lackeys. Play lackeys. Okay. We take treasury out of the supply, we remake. Okay. We make that to guardian, that to remake, and we buy whatever. That was probably way too convoluted. Anyways, moving on to something completely different. We're going to go, what the hell is this? We can potentially reach 5 next turn. If I didn't bonfire stuff out this turn, but I think I'm bonfiring this turn. And buying 50-50. Alright. So let's bonfire those guys out. And we'll go with the overgrown estate, see what happens. Okay, didn't end up quite working. It's alright. I guess that means we're going to want to buy a tournament here. Maybe a Mountebank this turn. We need to stay on top of trashing. That would be good. But I think we're just going to add a governor. Worry about it next turn. Okay, curse in hand. Bonfire here. Thank you for drawing. What if you hit 8 though? You do hit 8. I could probably hit 8 if I draw. I'm not sure though. Okay, I do. There we are. Block, block. Attack, fire. Draw for me. That'd be awesome. He's holding his necropolis. It's interesting. Okay. I guess it'll be gain silver for me. There's a province in there. Annoyingly. But we'll play this to confirm. Okay. This will be gain gold. Maybe by Pixie. Trying to draw into tournament. Fine by me. We'll try to draw into tournament, except we'll actually do it. Steed. Cards, actions. Pixie. Really don't need silver. Be a tournament, another governor. Trash out copper over curse for now. Let's do another governor. You're not getting back around to it. Like, there's just no way. Okay, I'd really like princess. Okay, you do. Followers is also kind of appealing, though. Followers make you discard after the governor draws, which is possibly more important. No, okay. I guess you're just gonna give up. I'll do one more, maybe. Or 2 if I lose. Or 3 if I lose 2. Or 4 if I lose 3. Okay. Well, I get to open which. Question would be, do I want to open Den instead? That would be like Den Salvager. Or which nothing. Do Den Salvager. It's a little interesting, but we'll see how it works. Sage. At some point all we really want to do is play Witch, but till that time hunting party. Huh. That's interesting to me. So this is going to be Witch Sage. Not really a way around the fact that curses aren't trashable. I expect this to be Witch. Maybe you know something I don't. Could be. You just think you're going to cycle past all the curses? Also could be. Sage finds den. Triggering that is why we bought the witch. Let's get another silver. Might be a little too much on those. Alright, so he's just going to try to avoid witch. I can get another den hunting party here. I think I'm liking another den for now. I'm really hoping that witch business is disruptive enough, but maybe it's not going to be. I've only given out one curse in 9 turns. It's not great. I'm going to take Mountain Pass. Takes Mountain Pass right here. I think I'm looking at 2 turns, which is about 13. His 2 turns are a lot better than mine. But I'll be happy to take the build for now. This is interesting. I think I was going to hit a bit more probably. This is either looking at hunting party or looking at province. I think we'll look at hunting party another turn. We got 3 dead out. Cool. I don't know what order to do these in. I drew silver, that's gonna discard everything. Nope. This should find silver. Okay. Hunting party would flip it. I don't want that, so play the witch. And maybe buy gold. He gets the debt paid this turn. Guessing. Yeah. I start provincing. He arguably gets to continue building. Well, I don't. Which is a pretty significant problem. Most of that's garbage. But he's also minus 4 points off curses. Potentially having a bit of a hard time getting through stuff. We'll see. This is what my deck is supposed to be doing, except that, like, for some reason I tend to draw all of my sages and all my hunting parties at the same time. So we sages then hunting parties. It's really annoying. Be province? No. Okay. Trashed province. What? Okay. It's fine with me. Continues to buy hunting party. Okay. Okay. Would really like to buy province this turn. That means salvaging silver. Buying province. Deck's working over there. Could be trouble. I guess the hope is that he has a hard enough time doing something. Artisan. Okay. Cool. Find it, Dan. Okay. Play witch. Do you find it down? That's good. Alright, so if he takes province here, I have potential with the salvager doubling. Not doubling, but singling points wise and taking 2 out. Be what ends up happening. Okay. So here's hoping for that. This is fairly annoying. We found a bunch of provinces. Sticking the curse in there seems best. And I could annex, except that there's mostly good stuff, so, or mostly bad stuff, so. I'm working under this possibly mistaken assumption that he's not going to figure out a way to double salvaging the den, which I guess he is. No. These reveal logs are kind of confusing. Two duchies. That's fine. That's not as fine, but we're still above water for now. I have a feeling that salvaging a province, buying a province is going to be more than feasible over there. Yeah, looks like it's in hand. Five coppers. Oh, it's not actually quite there. Alright. Well then. 7 is my new favorite number. Let's go find some gold or some silver. Let's go find some gold. Try to find gold. Yeah. Find gold. Alright, I don't find gold. And salvage the witch by, like, province estate. It's gonna lose to province duchy. It's not a huge deal to me, but I can't province next turn. So let's play witch. And bottom deck, den, and gold. So this could be a den or a duchy. I think I want it to be a duchy. Does it actually do anything? No, it doesn't. Now it does do something. It means that a duchy would give him a point lead, which may be a bad thing, but... Okay, so he decides to go. Ends up possibly being a wise decision, given that I don't draw. Could have happened. I don't know. And he also has a lead on salvagers, so he has it in hand. He's just playing cards right now that he really shouldn't be playing. Okay, what is this? This looks a bit nicer. Trashing junk dealer. There's a village, there's draw, library, advisor, experiment, take your pick. Decent payload and wine merchant. Possibly decent payload in miser. Is something we should think about a little bit. If we do something like Wishing Well Miser. It's a 6. Might be good enough. We're going to eventually be doing this library business. We have some amount of time with Silk Roads. Let's try it. Does wishing well experiment? That would make a ton of sense to me. Draws a copper. That makes it really tempting to wish for copper here. If I do, I buy the junk dealer and skip next turn. If I don't, copper to mat and a set of experiments or wishing well is wishing well. And he has the junk dealer. See if I'm just wrong. Probably. Let's try another wishing well. This wishing well experiment gets shuffles happening. It'd be nice if this were a copper. It's a wishing well. Well, let's put experiments in. That's copper estate. Copper to mat, and hello silver. This for him should be like, I don't know, another wine merchant. I think those are both wishing wells. Let's see what I know. Let's see, you want to stay hot of copper. Okay. Most useful thing would be copper. There's one wishing well. Okay. Copper to mat. Junk dealer time. It's a little slow. We're a lot slow. There are wine merchants over there. Farming village wine merchant. On that side. Says he wants the wine merchants back. Fine. Yuck. How much money is it? It'd be getting up to 6. We top deck like farming village. Or another miser. That is Estate Wishing Well? No. That's Estate Copper. Gotta be. Yeah, these big numbers. It's exciting. Much time. Library. You need a library. Silver, miser, copper, state. Oh. Search for silver here. Okay, it's the miser. That's kind of sad. Get another one. Play 2 wine merchants. Buys 2 more wine merchants. Okay. 2 wishing wells. Copper to Matt. His profits were at 8. It's not terribly useful. Else we're at 3. Let's just go to Matt and buy a wishing well. I'm not too unhappy where things are at. If he has a library this turn, we might be in trouble, but this isn't exactly off from where I expected them. Or maybe not too far off. It would be nice to be, doing a little bit better speed-wise, but it's relatively not completely lost yet. He needs villages. This could just be 3 villages on that side. Find out. In that case, we're going to need villages too. Worst thing it could possibly be was a miser. What I'd really like to find there is the wishing well. It's not. Traveling fair, farming village on top, wishing well, sure. More wine merchant. What's the last card? I don't know. Okay. We're at 3 villages to 7. That's pretty unwinnable. 4 terminals would be like, I don't know. farming village, not that it matters. So if we're going to profit, I'll end up with 2 villages. Oh, that's a problem. Alright. I had 3. Try to do one more. Although, if I'm playing Miser there, maybe I should be continuing to play Dominion. But this will be fast and nasty. Silver. I'm not sure if we actually want Chapel early here, but I don't know what alternatives are. Okay, this will be Treasurer. You kind of have to be getting through. Chapel misses. Bad. This Chapel also misses. Mine collides with Mirror. We will take a Ghost, I think. So that the Ghost can hit Chapel. I wonder if I just want a gold. No. This can be like Wild Hunt or Cemetery. Ranger. Let's try a Cemetery. This is moving up to King's Court. Just potentially problematic next turn, but we'll deal with those consequences when they come up. Take Ranger here. Hopefully goes to King's Court, but who knows. It is the Ranger. Well, it's still fine. You get to King, Treasure. And I think that's it. So, who knows? I might get a buy. That's good. Question is, what do I want to actually buy here? Something like that. Grab a king. Maybe another king. King Chapel. Ugh. I mean, under the theory of take them while you can get them. This could be another treasure. It could also be like Wild Hunt. Let's do the Wild Hunt. Alright, this is beautiful. I get to king, a ranger. That's awesome. You, I guess, are continuing to gain lots of ghosts. This would be possibly like another ranger. Hard to say. There's 2 ghosts down there. I'm probably only going to play one of them. Buy king, draw a card this turn. We ghost either the draw card or the king's court. I guess we're just gonna. It's just gonna be wild hunt. Take silver 15, 16, or 14. 14 would be fine for king treasurer. King and another treasure, another wild hunt. Let's try another wild hunt. And this will play chapel. I guess that means this is going to have to play wild hunt. Because I need to play wild hunt. Annoyingly. Takes the key. It would be really nice to get another ghost. Or it would have been nice to get another ghost this turn. But those have been monopolized. Anyways. I guess we'll draw first and then see if there's anything we want to do. Not really. No. King. Wild hunt cards, points. Ranger 3 times, sure. Treasurer. We'll produce 9. This would be 16. I would like to say, like, buy King Wild Hunt again. 17 would not be helpful. King Wild Hunt Ranger sounds pretty good to me. Be 17. And hopefully have a turn. Nope. It's just King and Ranger. Our goal for the day is don't ghost a chapel. I would really like to not ghost a chapel. I ghosted a chapel. Jeez. Gotta be kidding me. That's just insane. How do I ghost a chapel? I guess you get the turns I've been having. That's exciting. Take 2 King's Court. What are you doing? Okay. King Wild Hunt. And you get to ghost good things. Treasure. Trash. Key. Nothing. I can probably support another Wild Hunt. Another treasure might be better economy-wise. Let's do that. Ooh, I ghosted a King's Court, and I am not going to find any draw! Awesome! Oh, man, this is sad. This is really, really sad, is what this is. Fortunately, I think I'm pretty much out of time at this point. You can just take draw cards. Jeez. Oh man, this is just incredible. I could find draw, but why would I want to do that? Ugh. Gosh. Man. It's like of all the things that can go wrong in this deck. Let's take a silver. I mean, if I'm going to draw, it's going to be useful, so let's take it. But I suspect opponent just wins this turn. I mean, they can just win this turn. They play Wild Hunt 3 times for points. And then... Okay. You don't need to go through the motions here. That was annoying. That was really, really annoying. Okay. New board, more King's Court. This is probably Magpie Ambassador to start. Battlefield kinda makes you not like Ambassador as much, but it doesn't really matter if you crush them in junk, so... Magpies get magpies going. He took Ambassador on 4. That's strange. What's the he took Ambassador on 5. What? No clue. Seems fine. Some coppers. I guess return coppers again. Maybe time for ducat. Could also add in research. Let's put in a ducat. Idea would be draw more and just drown him or them, wherever they are. This could be a hound of our own. I think we're going to make it a fishing village though. Or even a silver. I don't really know what another ducat does. A pair of fishing village is going to be useful eventually, so let's add it. You have no magpie yet, do you? This can reach King's Court, and it will. This is probably going to look like another fishing village. I guess not. We're going to return 2 coppers now. Ooh, return nothing. Just buy fishing village. Somewhere down there is a King's Court I would really like to find. That would be something that I want to do. I'm happy to keep taking the copper from you. Maybe not happy, but okay. This can be King Hound. Ambassador bottom deck. Or some other way disappeared. You can draw through a lot more than that end can. I don't know if it's really drawing through, but it's doing something semi-productive. I can only have 10 magpies though. Odd. That's where the fishing village comes in. Okay. Sure. And then some amount of this stuff. Probably all of it that I can. I want this turn is, I think, a mine. This isn't drawing unless I can find the hound. That's bad. Very impressive deck. Not unexpected. Take this into a ducat, trash out the copper, buy nothing. Could be another King's Court. That's probably actually the best use. We're staring at a massive pointed over there. The way that we're going to get around that is we are going to out economy. Potential problem there is that the game can end in like 2 turns. See what this ends up being. King Hound. King Ducat. Okay. King Magpie. Mine. We'll take silver to gold, copper to silver, copper to silver. I don't really want the King's Court out. Do I want to give up these coppers? I don't think so. It's a little nervy drawing that way, but 11. Could just be like province silver. If he trashes the estate, we should be looking for ends here. Assuming he doesn't buy province. Might involve King Ambassador. Something that you do sometimes. What's it going to be? Mine, State, Hound. Okay. It's a little unfortunate. Have to use them in that fashion, but oh well. Alright, looking for ends, probably not, since we didn't get to King Ambassador. We got into King Mine, we can take Ducat. Yeah, we needed both of the gainers. Any case, King Mine. Might just take these to gold. Stop there. Play all 2 provinces. That's seeming safest. Drawing's always going to be a little bit nervous. Playing something that we could call more of a power deck here than consistency. We're into situations where if the stars align correctly, I win. The problem is that the stars are going to have a real tendency to not align. I don't know that there's a ton I can do about it. Master Curse. Okay, so you're going to try to drown me that way. Fine. Okay, can I win here? Return 3 provinces by 2. I can do that. Or give him 3 provinces and then buy 2. That is enough money, so yes. Okay. And that'll be something to end on. So, a not great set of games. Did a lot more losing than I would like, but got to end on that. So, see you all.